Hey, Angela Langlotz, trademark and business law attorney here. So earlier I talked about a case where someone took a photograph, it was a copyright issue. Someone took a photograph of a copyrighted work and infringed it by making what are called derivative works, things like t-shirts and mugs and artistic prints of the work. That's a trademark infringement. Well, this generated a whole bunch of questions about whether or not a graffiti artist, like say for example, the person who painted the mural on the wall didn't have permission to do that. In other words, it was unauthorized graffiti. What rights does the creator of unauthorized graffiti have in their artistic work? Do they have the right to prevent the owner of the building from making derivative works or copying it or destroying it or doing whatever they want with it? So I did a little bit of research because I didn't know the answer either. It's honestly never come up in my practice. So remember, under copyright law, the creator of any artistic work has the right to prevent other people from copying it, making derivative works like t-shirts or photographs or art prints from it. And they have the right to do that because copyright law grants them rights as the creator they have this bundle of sticks, right? That means that they have the right to exploit their own work. They can license that right to other people, but until they give the sticks from the bundle away, they still have all the sticks. They have all the rights. So graffiti is a little bit different, right? Because it's actually art that's being put, let's assume it's unauthorized, that's being put onto someone else's property. Now, it's interesting that the copyright statute doesn't explicitly come out and say, hey, if you make graffiti, then you don't have rights. So it says that people who create works of artistic expression have rights to their work. So copyright law doesn't really contemplate the issue of illegality, but in other legal contexts, we do have, it's called the doctrine of unclean hands. So what it says is that if you are a wrongdoer, you don't have the right to profit from your wrongdoing. For example, in the context of taking property under the probate statute or under someone else's will. Murderers are not allowed to take property from their victims. Why? Unclean hands doctrine. You killed the victim, so you shouldn't have the right to take their property under the probate code. Unclean hands. We do have something similar in copyright law. It's called misuse of copyright. So under that doctrine, if you put an illegal work on someone's building, you can prevent third parties from exploiting that, but you can't prevent the owner of the building from exploiting it. So if we were to allow the maker of illegal graffiti, in effect a wrongdoer, if we were to allow that person to sue the building owner for making derivative works or reproducing the graffiti, we'll call him artist, the graffiti artist's creation, it would set up a situation where we would be rewarding wrongdoers under this whole unclean hands doctrine. So there is something called misuse of copyright. So the way it works is that third parties don't have the right to exploit the artistic work, but the naughty vandal does not have the right to sue the building owner for copyright infringement if the building owner wants to take pictures of the graffiti. If the vandal didn't want to have his work exploited, then he shouldn't have put it on another person's property in the first place. Copyright statute does, however, explicitly say that copyright ownership is distinct from the physical embodiment of the work. In other words, you may own the work on the wall, but you don't own the wall. A more tangible example of that might be You own the arrangement of the lights on the Eiffel Tower, but you don't own the Eiffel Tower, right? So you own the artistic expression of the way the lights are arranged, but it's on somebody else's wall being the Eiffel Tower. So to sum up, the vandal/artist has the right to prevent third parties from exploiting their work, but they are at the mercy of the building owner as far as exploitation, copying, sale, anything else because of this unclean hands doctrine and the copyright misuse doctrine. I'm Angela Langlotz, and I go live here every day to talk about intellectual property issues. If you like this video and you think it was useful, please share it on your wall. I give you a license to do so, and so does Facebook. If you would like to find me online, I'm at TrademarkDoctor.net, and you can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/TrademarkDoctor. If you have trademark questions, please go to my Trademark Doctor Facebook page and ask me a question there, and I'll answer it in a future live video. See you tomorrow.